Whatever. All right, so I think we're live now. This is kind of my first time doing a YouTube live, I guess. Talking over YouTube live, actually. So, yeah. Anyway, today I just went to my first physiotherapy session right after work, right? So, why? Because I have been having this knee that keeps making sound whenever I bend it. Like if I can lift my knee up, show it to you guys. This is my knee, my left knee. So if I bend it, it's so soft now. But I think she did something. Something is working, obviously. Yeah, there's a sound. Yeah. But usually, every time I bend it, there's a sound. Click, click, or pop. I YouTube, I Googled, I went to Cairo, I went to orthopedic, and then YouTube is something that it says a knee crepitus. Yeah, basically it's just a knee that makes a sound. And why? Could be many reasons, I think. And orthopedic, which is a knee doctor, asked me to scan an MRI, which cost me a lot of money. And but she couldn't tell much. As a doctor in knee, they can they can judge from an X-ray, from an MRI, but beyond that, they doesn't seem to know much. I mean, for my example, the knee doctor that I saw, which is in like the world-class facility, but she couldn't tell much from the muscles, but she can see, she can see the bones, the ligaments through the MRI machine, but she couldn't tell much. She didn't give me much information. She actually honestly told me that, I have no idea what's causing the sound exactly. Could be many reasons. But she did tell me one thing, that judging from the MRI machine, that my ACL is not in best condition. There's some wear and tear. Yeah. So that's one thing, and then when I want to ask more questions, because I have so many questions about this anatomy and how my body works, because I want to be able to live until I'm 18, 19 and still be able to walk and run, that's what I want. So I'm very curious about this knowledge. But when I want to ask more, when I ask my knee doctor more about the knee, she just kind of, she seemed impatient. She seemed that she's about to leave already. She want to get me out of the room. And then I asked her, like, if there's any way I can reach out to her, my knee doctor, like maybe through email I can update my progress. And they said, I don't do like email. I don't do WhatsApp consultant. I only do like face-to-face, in-person consultant basis. And each consultant session it costs like few $100 Malaysian ringgit, and I don't know, it's just unfriendly, and I just didn't like the how I was being treated. But I understand the doctor has many patients and they have many more important things to do, but aren't we patients? But anyway, so I moved on to a physiotherapist. So the first physiotherapist actually did tell me something very informative, like testing my muscles. I realized my left leg, performance-wise, everything is weaker than the right leg. If I'm doing a single leg split squat, I can obviously feel that my right leg is more stable, and when I'm doing it on my left leg, it's like wiggling and woggling. Yeah. So it's quite interesting information. Yeah, and then she told me that I might have this thing called ITB syndrome, or maybe it's a jumper's knee syndrome. I don't really know what it means, but basically, from what I learned today, it's some inflammation around the knee area, around muscles surrounding the knee area. Not surrounding, but I'm not an expert in any case. I might be wrong in the definition, but. So that inflammation caused muscle to inflame, somehow caused the kneecap to misalign, and hence making a sound. So the solution is to deactivate, or not to deactivate, to relax, the tight muscles that's on. So that's so hard to show. But basically, if this is my knee, right? If this is my left knee, okay. So this muscle is too tight, too tense all the time. And tight muscle doesn't mean it's strong. It doesn't mean strong. It's just tight because it's compensating, trying to compensate that the other muscles, the inner thigh muscle that is not working at all, like sleeping. Yeah. So it's quite interesting, So when this is tight, when this is tense, the outer muscle is tense. I don't know what's called exactly, I forgot. It kind of pulls everything, including the kneecap, the patella, and then causing it to misalign whenever I bend it, and hence maybe the sound, So that's my first time. And my second time, with the second physiotherapist, I realized which is today. I found out something more. Okay, so according to her diagnosis, and I feel like it's more accurate, it's not ITB syndrome, it's actually ITB tightness. That's the difference. Okay, what was the term again? But basically, possibly because of the ACL muscle that is deteriorating, deteriorating and causing my kneecap to go unstable, hence causing a tightness on the outer muscle, So and then causing like muscles. Actually, she tested not only my leg muscles, my thigh muscles, my outer thigh muscles is tight. Even my glutes are tight. So it's quite interesting. It affects everything, and it's possibly because of the ACL muscle deteriorating, destabilize the knees, the connection between knees, and then hence muscles are trying to compensate. And ask her okay. Actually, I did ask this question to my orthopedic once, and I asked her that, will I ever get arthritis? And then she said, for sure you will. That's the answer. And I was like, man, it's sad, man. And today I asked my physio, if I were to get arthritis, judging from you, I started to run frequently recently, just started, and I exercise, I do yoga. So judging from your judgment, at what age do I start to, need a support to support myself walking, when the arthritis is so painful that I can never exercise, She just paused a bit and think a bit, and she told me 35 years old. And I was like, I'm only 27 now, and you're telling me that 8 years later, when I'm 35, I will not be able to do the sports, the exercise I want to do. And I almost wanted to cry at that point, because it's like, that's just not fair, because number one, I wasn't in a very competitive athletic environment. I didn't overuse my knee. Number two, I wasn't sitting all day long as well. I was really taking care of myself, and I tried to move every 30 minutes or so. I'm not 100% like sedentary lifestyle. I move and I don't overuse. So I just don't understand why would this kind of thing happen to me. It's kind of out of it. So rehab. You gotta do all this boring rehab. 15 reps of it's hard to describe. I will demonstrate maybe later. And also another rehab I did was leg lift, basically putting something, a 4 kg ball at the bottom of my feet, hanging it, and then I'm just sitting on the side of the bed, and I just lift my legs, extend my legs like this, and just hold it for 5 seconds, slowly come down. So that's one of the exercises. To strengthen the what's it called again? To strengthen the Fibrinoid slow, come on. To strengthen the rectus femoris, yeah, which is the muscles at the front of the upper thigh, yeah. So so that's one thing. So I want to leave you. I want to end my life with this thing. It's quite interesting. It's like everyone develops this sort of problem eventually. Lower back, upper back, knees. Everyone develops sweats. No matter if you are an athlete, a very aggressive athlete, or if you are office worker who lives in a sedentary lifestyle, they sit all day long. Both this group of people would develop some sort of knee, lower back, upper back problems. I have lower back problems too. So and this is going to affect us, when we age, because we will move less because of pain and more injury prone, will fall down easily, my grandmother fell down from the stairs, because legs are getting weaker, we start to sit all day long, it's not going to be good for our longevity, right? So it's so funny, like how imperfect our body is, and so who is to blame and what is to blame? I'm thinking, I'm just brainstorming here. I'm doing this live for no reason, I'm just brainstorming here. It's like, number one, a few things I can think of. Number one is nature is not perfect. We are not evolved to be perfect. We are not evolved to last forever. And all our ancestors, they move a lot, but they also die very, very early. The lifespan, average lifespan, maybe a few hundred years ago was like maybe around 30 to 40 years old. Consider very long life if you live until 50, 60 back then, right? But nowadays, we with our medical support, we can live longer, 80, 70, 80, it's kind of normal, but also more pain, and the quality of life also drops a lot, Alzheimer's and dementia sets in, it's, you live long, but sucks to live long too, at our modern age. So we are evolved, we are designed, our body is designed to wear and tear. That's one thing. Another thing I'm thinking about, if we are to blame our school system or our work system, which is, we are trained to sit all day long in classroom, 7 to 8 hours at least, every day for at least 12 years of our life, right? And that is, and then, I was flexible when I was 7 years old. I was super flexible. I can just do splits. Just go down and do splits right away without any warm-up when I was 7 years old. And now I'm 27, I can barely do half a split. I'm still flexible in some way, but can never do my splits anymore. And I don't think I'm getting less flexible. I think because I didn't exercise the muscles. I didn't exercise the flexibility, the certain ligaments or certain muscles. So as I grew, as my body grew, the muscles wasn't exercised, or the muscles weren't stretched. So it kind of stayed that way, kind of stayed that length. So so I'm actually able to split the distance I was able to split when I was 7 years old. But because my bone grew, my body grew, it no longer opens totally, right? So this is just one example, but I think everything's relative. It relates to all the other parts of our body. Somehow muscles and our ligaments weren't stretched or weren't exercised due to long sitting when we are growing up, and causing us to have this imbalance in our body, in our anatomy, causing us to have these pains everywhere because maybe also maybe the way we are sitting, we are compressing one side and stretching the other side, our lower back, for example. Because when we're sitting, we're never always balanced. We move around and then we maintain in that very imbalanced posture for a long time. Hence the pains. And more than that, I think it costs long sitting costs more problems beyond just our anatomy. It also costs us our breathing. Because we are sitting, our breathing becomes shallow, and hence blood is not flowing right. Blood flow is blocked around our joint area, and blood, the blood isn't flowing freely, and our brain is not getting enough oxygen and blood. It's getting enough oxygen and blood to survive, but it's not getting enough oxygen to be smart. I think that's the way I can put it. There's a lot of problems here. And then we work when we finish school, we graduate, we get a good job, get a good grades, get a good job, everything we do is sitting down all the time. So it's bad news, so, but if you're an athlete, depends what kind of athlete you are. If you're like a sprinter, if you're a runner, I think when you're young, it's good, you get exercise and you get to recover from the injuries very sooner, because when you're young, you recover sooner, faster. But then, as you grow older, your recovery slows down, and the injury becomes more serious, more deadly to you. Eventually all this you cannot keep up with this aggressiveness from exercise and from your sport, from your competitive sports, and it becomes a severe case. Nowadays, my age, 27. I'm not sure, but I think it's we gotta be mindful about what exercise we are doing as well. I respect people who can push like David Goggins. He can just push in the gym to failure all the time, and they are very consistent. But I think one message is also very important to say is that we also gotta be very mindful of what our consistent exercise is doing to us. Yes, it improves our cardiovascular system, it makes us stronger. Makes us maybe have more fun in bed with our partner. But at the same time, we gotta ask, is the posture that I'm doing, the exercise I'm doing, am I doing damage to my joints somehow? Because the point of exercise, yes, get healthy, to live longer, but it's never to cause more injury, right? So we gotta be mindful about those. And in my case, my left knee is screwed up. So I think I gotta focus on rehab first. Isolate the muscles and strengthen the muscles in an isolated manner. So sucks, but slow and steady wins the race, right? That's what I want to say, right? I'm not sure if anyone's watching, but I feel like this is something important that I just want to share. All right.